Take two more questions.
I'm Jackie Hunt, and I live in Oak Brook, and I happen to live next door to one of these homes. I don't have a question. I've been to several of these meetings and only heard it mentioned once, and it's a great concern to me, and that's the value of my home and what these homes in our neighborhood are going to do. Not to be answered tonight because I don't know that anyone has the answer. The other thing I wanted to mention, unless I have it, I don't know it, please send us the email addresses for the governor and your own up there, please. Imagine what it would be like if the governor were to receive 50 emails tomorrow because we had been to a meeting today.
My name's James Fitzner. I've lived in Oak Brook for 30 years. And end result of that is I'd like to hear what Lakewood City Council has to say as far as allowing any new homes or I'd appreciate if you address that. I think you want to anyway.
Well, I'd like to address it simply with a ban, but that's unlikely to happen. My name's Jason Whalen on behalf of the City Council who are present here tonight and the Mayor who wishes to be here tonight. We just want to thank you, before I answer your question, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here with your legislators, and thank you for supporting us, because I can tell you, the City of Lakewood, we have chewed on this for a long time, and we are not afraid of taking the lead on these fights. But we can't fight this battle alone, and that is what we have been doing thus far. We did run up the flagpole with the lawsuit. We spent a lot of money to make the voices of the community heard in court, and the court spoke quite clearly that this is not a city solution. It is a legislative solution that requires a lot of attention and focus, and that's what you're here tonight. To answer your question, we do not have the jurisdiction with regard to the licensure of adult family homes. An adult family home can be in any zone, any residential zone within the city. And whether it's a business, which they are, they, under the Federal Fair Housing Act and applicable state law, can be located in residential zones. That's why this issue, as the speaker said on the dais tonight, is more than just about controlling and banning the location of criminally violent offenders in adult family homes in Lakewood. It is about stopping the onslaught of adult family homes in Lakewood. It is about the density in Lakewood. We have over, 90 adult family homes now in Lakewood? 91. It is unbelievable. And it is changing the face and character of this community, and it's got to stop. You guys have told us you want it to stop. We want it to stop. We need help to make it stop. And so what you can do tonight is help us help you. Write the governor, get his email, get these emails, and flood their office. If we all have to go down to Frank Chop and make sure this legislation gets on the agenda so it can be heard, we need to storm Olympia. And we can do it together. We need your help. And it's got to start with all of us in this room. We so much appreciate you being here. And I can tell you the one thing we knew that we would get across the mantle with the lawsuit. We would raise awareness of this issue. That is what we knew we could win if we couldn't win the lawsuit. We could win public sentiment, and I appreciate you being here tonight for that.
Take one last question. I get one in the back.
Really? Thank you. Hi, my name is Kathy Johnson. Everything you're talking about has a time frame involved. Speaking of now, I heard you talking about a special commitment unit, a special, what was it? Special Commitment Center. With that, is that where the inmates, the predators are now waiting to leave? Have they been rehabilitated to some point where they can be let out and be free now? What do we do now if that's the case? Do you understand what I'm saying?
When inmates are left out,
when inmates are let out of prison, oftentimes, depending on the situation, I know this because I've got friends and family who've been there, they'll go to a home somewhere and they're monitored closely. They might have a band on their ankle or their wrist they have to call to get permission to go here and go there. If they screw up, they're in big trouble. Nobody's mentioned what we have to do now, because I haven't heard where the inmates are now. Is the special commitment unit a holding tank? Are they free at that point? See what I'm saying? There's steps to take before they're out on the street or in these homes. And there's a time frame involved in the home.
So thank you for the question, because I think some of the comments we made warrant clarification. So the Special Commitment Center, and I was just out there 3 weeks ago, is on McNeil Island. It is home to 201 sexually violent predators. That is a law that we passed in the early 90s, and those folks are residents out there. If they do come into the community on what we call a least restrictive alternative pursuant to a judge's order, they wear an ankle bracelet, so they do have at least that, and they are monitored by Department of Corrections. I just doorbelled a Department of Corrections guy who this is his job. He keeps an eye on these folks in the community, though they certainly are quite busy. So that's kind of the framework. Does that answer your question? And
So right now we have people in the community already.
that's correct.
How do we know who they are?
So there is a sex offender registration process through the Pierce County Sheriff's Office. There's also a classification of sex offenders, level 1, 2, and 3, and also folks convicted of kidnapping also have to register. And in Lakewood, we have a number of folks who are classified as level 1, 2, or 3 sex offenders. Actually, there are 18 currently level 3 sex offenders, and I think over 200 in Lakewood. And throughout the county, we have close to 2,700 individuals. This is according to the most recent data I saw from the Washington County Police and Sheriffs here fairly recently.
So I heard people talking about this year that these people living next door across the street of Indiana, they're doing it right now.
There are people in the community right now at this very moment, correct?
Because we don't want to get in our neighborhood, they're all here.
That's,
Did that answer your question, ma'am?
The ones that can never possibly.
So it's getting late. That's it for the question. I'm going to have Tracy come up really quick. She's got a sort of a plan or a proposal that'll answer some of those questions about what to do going forward. So I'll let her speak really quick, and then we'll wrap up the meeting.
I'm Tracy Ingram, and we have a group that's actually a branch off of the North Lakewood community. And so we're called the Oprah Community Voice, and I handed out some information. Most of you, I think, received it. We have a website now. We have a plan of what we're going to do next, and one of those plans is we are planning to send letters out to the governor. We want to send all of them at the same time. We did upload a form letter onto that site for you to use if you wish. And all the form letter consists of is a formal heading and a formal closing, which is the way you want to address the governor. And then all your comments and so forth would be the body of the letter, and then you sign it. But we would like to send all of those together. Another thing that we want to do is we want to be on the steps of legislation. First legislative meeting, I believe, convenes on the 14th of January. So we want to be on the steps. We want to be protesting. I know that most of us are not from the 70s anymore, but we have a voice. We have that right. We have that right to protest. We have that right to stand up and say, no, we've had enough. And this is the time. You know, like our time is up. I mean, I look at our community, and I don't want to be the community known for all the sex offenders and all of the mentally, I guess, people with mental issues that have a criminal background. And that's tough, you know. Who wants to live in a community like that? So our housing values, our houses will go down in value. You bet they will, because no one's going to want to live here. So our time is up, and we need to step up and we need to do something. If you did not get that information at the entrance, let me know, and we'll make sure that you do have that information. But we do have the power. We need to use that power, and we need to use it now. We need to do something.
Okay, with that, I want to say thank you again to all the panel members and all the other officials that are here from various entities, and thank you to all of you for coming. And with that, we'll end the meeting. Thank you.